if they didn't pay attention to the weapon weaknesses on Woodman stage with the Leaf Shield, they as hell didn't pay attention to the weaknesses with the Bubble Lead on Bubbleman stage. Everything I say is based on my own opinions and experience. I'm not speaking for the public, and my feedback should be treated as such. You are watching Nico Evaluates. With 25 years of experience on Mega Man games, 7 years of doing the No Miss Buster Only challenge, and countless Snupster Races, as well as being the QA tester for Mega Man Unlimited, I'm here to tell you my honest opinion on different Mega Man games, so sit tight and learn. Hello people and welcome back to Nico Evaluates Mega Man 2. Selecting difficult, as I did previously, let's go check out Woodman stage again, because for some reason on the last episode somebody pointed out that Woodman was taking 2 damage, even on difficult. So we have the codes on right now, so let's beat the stage and check how Woodman reacts this time around. That's quite interesting if the codes are actually messing up with the boss's HP. I like how you're completely in line of fire of these bunnies when you use the metal blade. Like, it's so broken. Whatever game design you're gonna make on these stages, whatever level design you're going with, the metal blade completely breaks it. Because it's diagonal. It wouldn't be such a problem if it didn't have like 100 shots. So let's see if Woodman takes 2 damage this time, or if we actually found a glitch last time. So let's see what happens. No, he now takes 1. It was not the codes. That is actually very interesting. Huh. Does it have to do with you hitting him with something else? We're gonna find this out right now. So in this game there's just not one weakness for every boss. There are multiple weaknesses in some cases. As you can see, the air shooter does more damage to him than the Buster here. Still taking 1 damage. Bubble Lead dings, so let's fire another Buster. Still 1. Quick boomerang. Dings, let's fire Buster. 1 damage. Because I'm interested to see if any of these weapons fucked up with his AI somehow, and he takes more damage with the Buster as a result. But it doesn't look like that's the case. So I guess we found a glitch then. Last time. I have no idea what caused that. It was not the game cheating codes. I've actually never seen that. Like, I've never seen Woodman take 2 damage. That is strange. I don't know. Let's just move on then. I've never seen that before. So now I loaded a save state from Woodman stage which I made earlier, so let's see if the bug is here now. This is also on difficult. It is! Huh. What in the fuck? Like, look at that. It's still on difficult mode. What is causing that then? That's strange. If somebody can go through my footage of the first episode and figure this out, why this is happening, let me know. Because it's the same save game for the whole series. I was using difficult. In Crashman stage, you saw the little enemies scatter around, and that's a sign of using the difficult mode. So it's definitely on difficult. So we just found a weird glitch with Woodman. That is very strange indeed. Shit happens. I'm also not sure about the secondary weaknesses this game has. They're a bit too powerful in my opinion. They could do less. So we'll get a new save just in case something went bad, because Woodman was taking 2 damage on that run. Certainly something glitched, I'm not sure what. But if someone can figure that out, that would be cool. Probably not, but we'll see. I still have the save state where Woodman takes 2 damage, so I still have that file if somebody wants that and wants to check what's going on. In any case, I would like to remind everyone that when I mentioned that the stage select was not that pretty in my opinion, it's mainly the background. Like, it's kind of like but you still have to remember that this was the first game that did the 8 Robot Masters in this style. So what I meant is that I like this 8 Robot Master grid Like that's done very well, but I'm not necessarily a fan of the background here. Of course, every game that followed this one used the same layout here. So that's not what I meant. So just use your common sense there. So let's go ahead and tackle Metal Man. Hold A, you said. Yep, there we have the PPs. I love them. Metal Man's sprite is something that I never understood. Like, his sprite is not that good. It's kind of awkward. Really liking the background here though, and in fact, this is one of my favorite stages from the whole game. I think this is my favorite stage from the entire game. It looks good, the colors kind of work together, even though the green and brown kind of mismatching there, but I still like it. The background is moving and lively, there's so much going on. Conveyor belts, nice mechanic, first of its kind. But it's kind of tedious, gonna keep jumping like that. But nothing wrong with that either. Now there's a little trick with these spike pushers. And here's where the game kind of craps itself a bit. When these spike pushers are on the same horizontal plane here. It flickers quite a lot. But that's not the fault of the game, it's fault of the NES. But you can actually jump through the chain, but only when the chain is going up. If you try to jump through it when it's going down, you're gonna get damaged. I'm not sure what controls that, but it's a weird mechanic. It's kinda delusional. I'm not sure if this is fixable in ROM hacks or something, but I saw James and Mike, you know, Mike Matei and James Rolfe play a ROM hack of Mega Man 2, and they jumped through one of these chains. But they did it in an accident. They did like this and they're like, oh, you can jump through the chains, I see. But what they fail to understand is that you can't jump through the chain when the chain is going down. So it's kinda like, it's a mystery for players, can you or can you not? If you only did it once, then you're like, oh, I guess you can. But you didn't do the research. But of course, not every player is gonna do the research and try everything. So the next time they try it again, they might get hit and they're like, why is this happening now? So it's kind of strange mechanic. I'm not sure if that can't be intended. It was probably intended that you could always jump through the chain, no matter what. But the coding probably somehow got fucked up there. I'm not sure what happened. But it's interesting to know that you can actually jump through it, and in other situations you can't. But I like the concept as a whole. They work well. You just go near them and they drop down, and they give you enough time to go past them. So as a mechanic, I do like them. Here's one of the things I really hate. Moles, one of my least favorite enemy ever made. Mega Man 2, you have sinned me. You have sinned all of the other Mega Man games. Luckily, they don't come back very often. I think they're in Mega Man 10? I'm not sure if they are in any other official game. Can't remember from the top of my head right now, but fan games do this. Some fan games do this even better. For example, I think it was Super Fighting Robot. When they always come from the same spot and they never alternate. In this game, however, they will never spawn right under you, so you can move a bit forward and be safe. But you can still sometimes get hit when you're moving. But that's the main strategy for this. They will never spawn under you or top of you. So wherever you stand, you're safe. As long as you're already standing when they spawn. So I really don't like this, because they should only take one hit. 1, 2, 3. 3 hits on a single little enemy like this. Like, why 3 hits? I don't get it. 3 hits is way too much for a small enemy. It's like a telly taking 5 hits. It doesn't make any sense. 1 hit should be enough. That should make you feel good about yourself. It makes the player feel good, for sure. Getting these kills fast and not requiring 3 hits on each one of these. So, what people tend to use here is the leaf shield. But I still hate it how it flies off. Some people say it kind of works when it flies off, but wouldn't it be better if it just stayed on you when you walked? Like, how is it better that it's flying off of you? How is this better than just having the shield on you when you walk? I fail to see the point. Like, your argument doesn't make any sense. How is this better than just having it on all the time? It's not. But that being said, it still kind of works. So A for effort, I guess. Air shooter kind of useless. Bubble lead, yep, there we go, we have the ding. Bubble lead doesn't work on any fucking enemy. And still with quick boomerang 3 hits. We could also use flash and go through this whole section, but we lose the whole bar again. Metal blade? Kinda not viable. 2 hits, not that great. Crash bombs, why would I even? 3 crash bombs on 1. And we've almost run out of the weapon. So, our best bet, in my opinion, if we really wanna be cool about it, just use the flash stopper. It also stops the conveyor belts, which I found was very neat. I hate sections like this. Like, what's the challenge here? There's no challenge. It's just like why? Why do you in game design? What makes you do things like this? In what world do you think this is fun? Oh, this is so fun. Give me a break. Just don't do that if you're a game designer. That's very poor design. Using items to get 1-up. That's fun. That's always fun. I like how the 1 is reversed when you fire it to the left side. It's like they couldn't reverse the sprite. That's fair, I guess. Probably not doable. That's what I always wanted to do, go up here with the item 1. That's trippy. So far I kinda like this stage. So let's not try to use the metal blades. There are enemies above us, so let's use the air shooter, see how it works. Are you kidding me? Alright, basic instincts. You come here. Ah, enemy above us. Well, I have a weapon that goes up. Are you fucking kidding me? I liked... Oh my god! There we go. I like the air shooter up until this point. Well, I still kinda like it. I like the idea of the weapon, but if you don't design the enemies and the stages around that weapon, then it kinda fails, doesn't it? And the bubbles, I would hope they would work as well. But no. So what do we have? The metal blades don't work either, so... In that sense... I guess that's fair, but why does... You have so many weapons here, and your best bet against these cogs is the fucking Buster. Or quick boomerang, but again, why would you? This is so senseless. I just don't get it. This is so senseless to me. It makes you think if they ever ran this game themselves and tested with the different weapons in mind. I bet they didn't. And as you can see, we're almost out of every goddamn weapon. We've beaten half a stage. Of course I'm testing them more than usual, so probably would not be the case otherwise. You can also flash this entire section, but then you can't use the flash on the moles because the weapon just runs out. Again here, you're just running against the conveyor belt through a long stretch. I just don't find that fun. These are tricky positions for the Buster. This is kinda... I do like these enemies, it's a fun layout. I think they are well placed for Buster usage, not for the weapons though. Well, they are well placed for air shooter, but a shame it doesn't work. That would have been cool to see. So we already know these guys. Luckily we have a little bit of terrain advantage here, unlike in Crashman stage. So these are, I think, very well placed. So you can figure out how they work like that. There you saw the little ding after already killing the enemy. That's kind of strange. Don't think that happens in any other game. And we can get this E-tank with the item 2. Or rather, we can get out of here with item 2 as well. Or 1. Now these guys don't die from the Buster. And they do that little motion when they hit you. I always call these Roomba enemies, because that's pretty much what they are sweeping ground. So let's see what weapons work on them. What would make sense? The bubble lid, of course, that goes on the ground. Oh! Although 3 hits, but it actually works, gotta give kudos. It actually works. So they thought about something here. That's very nice to see, that makes me happy. But... so they pretty much die to every weapon? So if they die to every weapon but the Buster... no, there we go. I was gonna say... like then scratch whatever I said about Bubble Lid, but no. They only die to certain weapons. The weapons you'd expect, actually. So that's a good design in my books. Nice. So those enemies are very well thought out. Although why would you even kill them? That's the other question. Just jump over. But it's good to know that the bubble lid actually kills them. That makes sense. Metal Man. Kind of fun gimmick. The room also has the conveyor belt. Have a little strategy here that you can apply. If you go close, he'll jump over you. Like this, you can repeatedly do this. It's kinda hectic, he always throws that one metal blade when he jumps over you. But as a whole, I think Metal Man is a pretty fun boss. Hell of a lot better than some of the other bosses in this game, I'll tell you that much. So this is the strategy that I use in my no miss, but you can also be just on the left side and plow him with shots. See, he's taking 1 damage now, so we definitely had a glitch on Woodman. Don't know what that was about. I didn't change anything. But this is how you would battle him. You can of course go close and switch sides. If you're more happy about fighting him on the right side, go ahead. Sometimes he can throw the metal blades in such a way where it's very hard to dodge him, like 3 times there. But this is so much better than from the Mega Man 2 Game Boy edition. This is so much better. I do like this fight. One of my favorites from the game, as well as the stage. So I am enjoying my time on this stage. But I do like this. I wish he was doing more. Because he's just like, if you don't go close to him, he's just there. Like, he doesn't move much. I would have hoped for more movement. But that would have been very hard to do because of the conveyor belt. He should have been done a bit differently if that was the case. But as a whole, I think it's a pretty good boss in my opinion. Of course, he is weak to his own weapon, which is kind of strange. Of course, a classic weakness. If you have a weapon that has poor range, put it against Metal Man, because you can't reach him that well. Makes sense, right? I hate games that do that. Like, it's so hard to hit him with this. So that's kinda, I would, like, Bubble Lid would have been my choice of weakness for Metal Man, for sure. Like, this would have been, like, look how much easier this would have been. Like, this is what you call a weakness. That's a weakness, they are weak to the weapon and its design. Look at how well the Bubble Lid would be doing if it did damage. But no, it dings. So another questionable decision. Like, I'm not sure about all of the weaknesses either. I didn't play Mega Man 2 that much as a kid. I did play it at the same time when I was playing 4, but I really didn't think the game was that good. Yep, I heard the ding there. You guys with your super hearing on the previous episode, you heard the ding against the enemies on Quick Man stage. I didn't even hear that. So, that's Metal Man. Quite fun, if you ask me. And we are gonna show off the gate glitch on Heat Man. That's the easiest one to do it on. I'll tell you all about it when we get there, but for some of those anxious people who are already screaming at their screens, why are you not showing the gate glitch? I'll show it. And why am I not talking about the good aspects of Mega Man 2? Well, I'm getting there. But I wanna get all of the main problems out of the way here first, because that's really what everyone came here to see. You already know what's good about Mega Man. It set a standard for the whole series, pretty much. And a lot of good ideas that blossomed later on. And that's what you should be thinking. Because great ideas don't always blossom straight away, they do it later on. And as you can see, the game really didn't do a good job of implementing good designs on those ideas that they had. And that's the issue with this game. Of course, yada yada yada, we have like first game with E-tanks, we've got the 8 robot masters, we got the stage select that looks much better. We've got somewhat better level design than in Mega Man 1 in places, but I still think Mega Man 1's stage design is ahead of this game. For some reason, that's just what I think. And in some cases, even Mega Man 1's weapons are better than in this game. Even though they are a bit garbage tier, but they are still better than this. But again, all my opinions. We all know about the good stuff about Mega Man 2. We all do, and that's not important right now. We all know what's good about this game. I do think the E-tanks were an important add for this series. They really make the gameplay more creative, and it gives the player more leeway. Mega Man 1 was really difficult because it didn't have E-tanks, and even in the revisit stages on Mega Man 1, the bosses didn't drop any energy, as opposed to in this game they do. So this game does have a lot of positives, but it's outshadowed by all of the bad aspects in my opinion. And we got the iframes on spikes, you can walk on them, that's a very nice addition over Mega Man 1. Yeah, we all know about this stuff, come on guys. Like now I mentioned them, are you happy? I mentioned the good stuff. Now let's get back to the real business. Why are we here? What do you say about Bubble Man? Under the sea. Holy shit! This is actually almost as bad as Doki Doki Panic. Like, I'm not even kidding. What in the goddamn Jesus? Oh boy. No. Whoever thought about this background should be fired. You're goddamn well I game over on that fucking background.
This game has a password system. Mega Man 1 didn't have it.
You're correct, Jim. Can't even see the ready text behind then, oh. Ooh! Well, this enemy does have animation. But god are the frogs fast. They just appear out of nowhere. But not a huge problem, they do 1 damage. So you can easily learn from taking that damage in. It's just 1 damage, who cares? And if you keep one of these little froggies on the screen, he will not shoot any more out. But he takes a hell of a lot of hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You think 5 would have been enough? Why 10? But that actually raises an interesting point, and that means they want us to use weapons. Because who's gonna shoot 10 times at a frog, right? So if they want us to use weapons, let's test them out. That is actually useless. Air shooter? Nope, he is above us, but again, air shooter does donkey dick. Alright, leaf shield. Getting rid of the little frogs, but not the big one. Got the bubble lead, which I would not use against this guy, because even if I... Oh. I was gonna say, what kind of sense does this make? You're fighting a moist enemy with water here. Lead water, but in any case, that should ding. Like this is the case where the bubble lead actually should ding away, but it isn't. It's actually working. These weaknesses are so ass backwards. It's not even funny. Quick boomerang, of course, works on everything though. I think quick boomerang I think quick boomerang is our answer here. Can't really freeze the enemies, because then we'll just get stuck. And the metal blade not working as well, so crash bomb is our last option here. And it just dings, like always. It's an actual bomb weapon, and it's so bad against normal enemies, it's practically useless. Outside of the boss weaknesses, that weapon is absolute garbage. So quick boomerang is our best bet here. So at least we have a weakness on the enemies, so that's good. I can't believe I said that's good. And here you pretty much always land on that guy. There's no way you'd know about that. And even when I know about that, I still forget that that's enemies there. So don't place enemies straight under you when you advance to a new screen. That's just tricking the player. That's bad design. So give the player a chance to dodge before they actually get hit. Again, I would use bubble here. Yeah, I'm not ignoring the fact that we wouldn't have a bubble lead on this stage yet. Yes, I'm not ignoring the fact that we get bubble lead from Bubble Man. But this is... I don't think it matters. You saw us kill enemies instantly on Woodman stage with the leaf shield. They did not pay attention to these things. So this enemy could have very well been on a completely different stage and they wouldn't even thought about it. It wouldn't just be the same like this. So it's a classic example of not really paying attention to weaknesses very well. It doesn't matter. At this point it doesn't matter. I understand we're making a number out of nothing, because we wouldn't have the bubble lead on this stage. But just think about what we did on Woodman stage with the leaf shield. Nothing makes sense in this game when it comes to weapons. So I think it's a fair shot at the game, at this point I think. If you disagree, go ahead, but I think that if they didn't pay attention to the weapon weaknesses on Woodman stage with the leaf shield, they as hell didn't pay attention to the weaknesses with the bubble lead on Bubbleman stage. That's just how it works, so we can indeed fault the game for that. I bet your ass if these enemies were on another stage or a Wily stage, they would fucking ding the shot as well, it doesn't matter. Can this game please get any weakness right? Can you... Look at how perfect this is, look at how perfect this would be! Bam, it should die. Of course, you can make the argument,
Well, you're fighting a moist enemy with water, it's not gonna work.
but it kinda makes sense, doesn't it? The weapon is going down. It kinda makes sense. What about this? At least that works. But what comes to the enemy, it's a fun design. I do like it. I like how it's a two-part enemy. Going underwater, and again, pretty hectic spot to land on that without taking a hit here. It's a nice transition screen. You get to know you're going underwater there. So here's a little glitch. If you keep pausing here, I'm not even sure why I'm showing this, but it's fun to see, I guess. You pretty much zip through the first section down here, like that. There we go. Glitches are fun. Glitches make games fun, in my opinion. Well, not game-breaking glitches, but kind of fun glitches like that. Glitches that don't affect the gameplay, but can enhance it in some situations. Those kind of glitches I enjoy. Alright, this asshole. Again, I think this is fine that they take 3 hits, honestly, it's a good challenge. Like here, it doesn't bother me. And we have a clear indication on that mini-boss that you should hit him in the antenna. And I think this is a well-designed mini-boss, actually. Sometimes the little shrimp can go underground a bit too much, so you can't hit them with the buster, at least, like that. But otherwise, I think it works pretty well. So, if I was thinking of weakness, I would actually equip the Metal Blade here as my first option. When I would arrive here, I would not even think about other weapons. Maybe the Quick Boomerang, but it's not really viable, so Metal Blade is what I would actually use here. But, kind of tricky to hit it. So that's a fair challenge, in my opinion. That's a well-designed part. Also love the little air bubbles Mega Man is blowing. I always called these guys Metroids. So when they are on the same horizontal level, they come after you slowly. I would have actually made them a bit faster. When they when they see you horizontally, I would make them actually charge you. Because I've probably never taken a hit from these, like never in my life. They are above us, so let's use the air shooter. There we go. That should work like that automatically. I should not be surprised here. But I guess that says something when I'm surprised that a weapon like that works on them. That should always be the case. But not with this game, apparently. So we have another mid-boss here. The layout is kinda dangerous. But there is enough space to move around here. You can also skip the fish if you like taking damage. And I like that you can scroll out of the screen and go back, and it doesn't regain heals, as usually enemies like scroll back on screen, they are full healed again. But that mid-boss, you can actually scroll him off the screen completely and come back, and he still has the same health. So I was kind of surprised about that, actually. I think these are well placed. It's a fun challenge, underwater with the spikes. First of its kind, and it really works out. I always thought that these little broken pipes or whatever, that they would push you down. I hate that. That they would push you down, but they're not. It's just for decoration. So the shrimp spawn even when the mini-boss is not there anymore. So the first 3 or 4 shrimp there are made to spawn regardless. I think that's fine. I would have loved to see the mini-boss come back as well when you die, because all the other enemies come back as well. But they are not here. I think they might be physical properties of the stage. That might be the case, that's why they don't come back. Just a guess. I like how the level blends in and out of water, but the background is so busy. These guys are hilarious. Loving it. Again, they come from above, so... yeah, nice. Alright, Bubble Man can be a bit tedious if you don't know how he works. But in the case of like Metal Man, like nice, he takes 1 damage again, so my game is not broken. But in the case of Metal Man, you can easily see what he does and you can easily learn it. But with Bubble Man, it's kind of like hit and miss. So this is his basic pattern. So when he lands, he usually fires and then he throws the bubbles and jumps. Rinse and repeat. But if you go far away, it becomes much more tedious. Because now you have to dodge all of this shit. And it's a bit hard to dodge. Like he does so, like look at that. You're gonna need to do the perfect jump to dodge all of that. Or just go under like this. But as a whole, I think Bubble Man is actually quite fun. Shame you can take advantage of his AI so easily. If you couldn't do that, this would be maybe one of my favorite fights in the game. But it's so easy to exploit that it becomes not fun. But I do think the design is quite good. Sometimes you can get a bit hectic with the shots and bubbles going at the same time. But other than that, really think it's a fun design. Maybe I would have made him a bit faster and... yeah, I would have probably made him faster and his shots slower. So they would sync better with the bubbles, but I'm not sure how I would do that. Or if that would even work better than this. But as it is now, it's okay. It's nothing fantastic. But it's not garbage tier. So I kinda enjoy this one. If you agreed on what I said, leave a like. If you disagreed, leave a dislike. I'll catch you next time.